Welcome to the Workamper Show, a podcast devoted to helping you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. I'm Steve Anderson, the president of Workamper News. Each one of our episodes will either introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to opportunities to work short-term jobs. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Thank you, Steve. Today we're going to speak with the Director of Plant Services at North Texas Community College, who is seeking several work campers to help maintain the campus. This episode is sponsored by the National RV Training Academy in Athens, Texas. The Academy's one-week live training or home study course will teach you everything you need to know to fix about 80% of the problems people experience with their RVs. You can also sign up for additional training to become an RV inspector, campground technician, or to provide mobile RV service. For more information, visit www.nrvta.com. Tom Ramler is the Director of Plant Services at Northeast Texas Community College in Mount Pleasant, Texas. It's a smaller college of about 3,000 students located about 2 hours east of Dallas and an hour west of Texarkana, Louisiana. He hires work campers to maintain the facility in a variety of different jobs. For example, they might do handyman repair in the dormitories. They can feed livestock used in the agriculture classes. They might work in greenhouses or even mow the grass around the campus. Tom likes to integrate work campers into jobs they like to do. The position has some great perks. They get a free full hookup RV site for just 15 hours of work per week, plus they get access to the student cafeteria where they can enjoy any meal for just $4. Work campers can even attend classes if they want. In fact, people over 60 can attend the classes for free. There are some paid opportunities from time to time working at athletic events, concerts, and other big activities. To tell us more about the work camping opportunities at Northeast Texas Community College, please welcome Tom Ramler to the show. Thanks for joining us today, Tom. I appreciate it. Can you tell my audience who you are and what you do?
My name is Tom Ramler. I'm the Director of Plant Services here at Northeast Texas Community College. I'm a small community college out here in the northeast corner of Texas.
Northeast corner. What big city is it by?
So if you were between Dallas and Texarkana, about 2 hours east of Dallas, and about an hour west of Texarkana along Interstate 30.
What city is it?
Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant. Very good. So how big is North Texas Community College?
Well, in physical size, we're 400 acres. In student population, we run about 3,000 students, and of those 3,000, about 300 actually are in dormitories on campus, and serves student population primarily from the surrounding communities, although we have a lot of students from South America, Mexico, other places, international students as well.
What kind of training do you specialize in?
When I think of this college, its primary focus is giving students either the skills to leave college and go right into the workplace, or to go wherever they want to go. So they have the foundational education to go on to a 4-year school and become, whatever professional they might want to become.
Okay. So this is all live training that takes place in the classroom? There is no online education?
About 50% of our classes now are online, and so we're finding as times change that more and more students are choosing the online component of the education, allowing them to complete their education around their work schedules. It seems to be in growing popularity, and the results by testing show that students actually who do the online training are getting the same training and graduating with the same skills as they would have in the classroom.
That's great. And you also hire a bunch of work campers.
We have been so blessed to have work campers become part of our life, and we've come to rely on them in so many ways.
What kinds of things do they do?
So we've had a variety of work campers, and of course each one is unique and comes with different skills. Because we are a resident campus, we have what you would consider apartments, and so we have all the things that a landlord would have to do, which includes painting and plumbing and electrical repairs and carpentry work. And so the work campers, depending what skills they come with, they can be involved in any of the trades that they want to be involved in. We have 400 acres, and we have quite a large agricultural program here, so they can be involved in the ag side of business, whether it's feeding livestock or working in the greenhouses or being involved in our training programs in canning and preserving foods. All of those kinds of things happen here, and so our work campers kind of get integrated into the system once I see who they are and what they like to do, because it's less about us, and that sounds silly, but it really isn't about us as much as it is about them and making sure we find the right people and the right fit for them within our organization.
So you have some jobs that would require, technical skills like fixing things or repairing things, others that may not, like mowing lawns, but can people also work in administrative capacity?
We have a few slots occasionally. That's really because I'm a plant services director. My focus is about doing things, fixing things, keeping things, maintaining things. And so the work camper crew works within our organization, the physical plant organization. So the majority of the work that we do is in the maintenance side, not in the office work side. Is
this primarily full or part-time work?
So it's part-time work, and what we do, that as I understand, it's a little different than most, is we ask for 60 hours a month for each spot that we have. So the way that works out is if you want to work 15 hours a week, which is what the vast majority of our work campers do, then that's what pays the rent, if you will. But some of our folks, they like to travel. They come down here and say, I'd like to be gone for the next week. Can I do 30 hours this week and be gone for a week, or even more, be gone for 2 weeks? And we are extremely flexible in that regard. The work campers actually get to set their schedule. We say, you tell us when you want to be here, and we'll find work for you to do during that time period. Most of our work campers will work 5 hours a day, 3 days a week, for a total of 15 hours during the week. And that's 15 hours per space, not 15 hours per person in the coach. And so if it's a couple and they both want to work, one wants to work 10 hours a week, the other wants to work 5, I just look for 15 hours to fulfill that commitment.
That's incredible opportunity, really. Is this seasonal or year-round work?
We have opportunities throughout the year. We are a year-round college. We have classes throughout the summer. And so we have spaces available year-round. And
it gets cool there, but there's no snow, right?
Rarely. Now, we've had no snow the last 4 years. We did have a snowstorm before that, and it lasts for a day or two. It is cool. So, this winter, I think the coolest we have gotten is down to the high 20s, 28, 29 degrees. We may get a cold snap come through in February that'll take us into the high teens, but that would be about as cold as I would expect.
Do work campers get paid, or are they just getting the free RV site?
The work camper program does not come with compensation at this point. It's only for the site. We do have occasionally opportunities that do come up. For example, right now we have some satellite campuses where I needed to have some building attendants, and we were running short on those positions, and so we were able to give that opportunity to work campers. That was time that they worked in addition to their 15 hours, and we paid them $10 an hour for that. We have concerts here periodically, and it's very common for us to give the work campers opportunity to serve in we don't call them security guards, but door attendants at some of these larger events, athletic events or whatever, and those are paid positions. But a person shouldn't come here expecting to get a substantial income. It's just an ancillary opportunity.
Okay, just an opportunity to park their RV, work a couple of hours a month, and then have a lot of extra time to explore the area.
And it is a wonderful area to explore. It's very big on the fishing side. You can, certainly it's rural, and so, if you are the kind of person that likes little small towns and the village squares and all the little antique shops and and all of the little, coffees and shops and bistros and that kind of stuff. Each of these little towns is trying to attract tourism and has done something with their village square to try and make that attractive. So lots of opportunities to do that.
Now, what type of RV site do they get? Does it got full hookups?
It is a full hookup, and by that I mean it's a 50-amp service, water, sewer, trash, the Wi-Fi. I do not provide natural gas or propane, so that's the responsibility of the person in the coach. They're right across the street from our maintenance shop, which is easily a 2 or 3 minute walk. And in the maintenance shop, we have laundry facilities, and we keep a chest freezer because some of the RVs won't keep the ice cream cold, and so a lot of the work campers will keep their ice cream in the chest freezer over here where it stays nice and warm for them.
That's neat. Can work campers attend classes if they wanted to?
Yes, they can. So in Texas, if you're 60 years or older, you are eligible for their version of a Golden Scholars program, which means you can attend classes at no charge. And so many of our work campers do that. So last semester I had one of the work campers here who took a welding class because he wanted to learn how to weld. Now he didn't become a certified welder, but he got the skills that he wanted for the kind of welding he wanted to do. They also have the opportunity to go to the concerts. They can use the library for no charge. The cafeteria is open to them, and the meals are all you can eat for $4 for the work campers. So they can certainly enjoy that as well.
Oh, that's another big perk. That sounds like a lot of fun working down there. A lot of cool things for the people to do. You had mentioned that senior citizens would qualify for this program. If you're not quite a senior citizen, can you still attend classes at maybe a discounted rate?
There is not a program for a discounted rate, but certainly the nice thing about a small community college like this is our fees are just not unreasonable at all. So, you can attend classes and the fees are so nominal that I don't think it's going to break anybody's budget.
Okay. What type of commitment are you looking for from work campers?
We, again, let the work camper tell us. And this has worked really well for us to just be very flexible. And when people decide that they want to come, I ask them to, certainly reserve a spot. I need to know that somebody's coming so I can make sure there's a spot for them to park in. And then when they get here, some know that, hey, I'm going to stay for a month. Others get here and say, I really don't know. Let's see how this works out. And they'll stay. Well, I've got one gentleman here that's been here for 3 years now.
Wow.
And 3 years, yeah. And he's outstanding. He's outstanding and is a huge asset to us and our organization. But he just has found a home here, and we're very happy to have him.
How many work campers do you typically hire for a year?
5. So we have 5 spaces, and we are so far have kept them full year round. I would say the average stay would be about 4 months. And there are some who will be snowbirds that want to get out of the northern country and come down here for the winter. And others, have other plans. And like I said, we have some that stay through the summer. It just depends on the individual and what they're trying to do.
What's involved in the interview and hiring process?
Because we are a public school, I do ask everyone to submit an application, which is basically just giving me a sense of who they are and what their background is. And then they need to submit a permission slip, of authorization to conduct a background check so that we can verify that they have the right to work in the United States, that they don't have a criminal history that's going to be in conflict with the basic understandings of who we are as a campus. Because they're going to be given, badges and access to the campus, and so we need to make sure that they're good members of our campus community. And then I will do some kind of a phone interview with them where we'll have a chance to chat about what their definition of success is, why they want to be here, how we can make sure this is a good experience for them. I also will give the applicants the contact information, the email information of some of our previous work campers. So they have the opportunity to reach out to somebody who's been here or is currently here and ask them questions about what it's like from that side. So they really get a good sense before they ever arrive of who we are and how they might fit in. My hope is that, through the selection process, everybody knows what they're getting into and really is happy with this kind of an arrangement.
That is very unusual. I don't think I've ever heard of that, where an employer would give work campers the names and phone numbers or email addresses of people who've worked there before so they could check them out. That's very encouraging.
We like it. It works for us.
What can work campers do to make sure their applications really stand out?
In our community, we are looking for team players, people that are willing to work in a diverse group of individuals, because, like I said, we have folks of all kinds of very diverse, religious, ethnic, as well as age groups. I have had one girl who works here was in her 20s, and yet I have a gentleman who just left here last week who was 75. And so you have to be the kind of person that can enjoy working with people that have all kinds of different skills and be willing to bring what you have to the table without having the desire to force your will upon everybody else. So that sense of give and take it within the community is very important to us, because we all know that we all are broken and we all have our faults, and we have to give everybody else space to have theirs as well. So, my recommendation is, I think, how do you stand out? Help me understand that, you're coming here to be part of the team, that you really want to come and enjoy the experience and come with a positive attitude.
That's good advice. Are you looking for specific skills to fill?
I have not had anyone that has not come, whether I knew it or not, with skills that I didn't expect. I have a gentleman here now who's retired from the phone company that came with skills in that whole telephony world that I had no clue about when he came in the door, and yet he's been able to use those here. We had two of the guys who were not brick masons, but they came and they built a brick wall for our little barbecue area here last year. And part of the interesting thing is, if these folks have a can-do attitude and a connection to the internet where they can look at YouTube, most of the time they can learn what it is and how to do it. And if they've got the right attitude, they'll just make it happen. And that's what I'm looking for, is can-do people who are not afraid to take on the task and have a good attitude about it.
Where can people get more information if they'd like to learn more about the opportunity or the college?
Because I'm in the field so much, as much as I'd like to take the phone calls and as you know from calling earlier, a lot of things bounces to my cell phone. Really, the best way to get a hold of me is by email. And my email address is tramler, TRAMLER, @ntcc.edu. I do have administrative assistant who you could call, and she's in the office more often than I am. Her name is Katie, and her number is 903-434-8173. She'd be happy to talk to you as well.
And so if people were interested in getting more information, they would just call Katie or email you, and you would respond to their questions and send them an application. That's
correct.
Sounds too easy. So, well, thank you very much, Tom. I really appreciate the time. Is there anything else that you would like to tell people who are interested in the job?
A little feather in your cap. The whole Workamper program and the Workamper News, you are kind of a self-select group of people that is a community that is just delightful to work with, and I cannot say enough positive about the kinds of folks that read your magazine, that deal through Workamper. That's where we get 100% of our people. I don't advertise anywhere else. It's because of the quality of people that's in that community. So kudos to you guys.
Well, I appreciate that plug. And thank you again for your patience in rescheduling this interview that we had to take care of this morning because I had tech problems, and I'm thankful you made time for us.
All right. Greg, you're a great guy. Thanks for your help.
This sounds like a great opportunity for someone who is handy and looking for a work camping job with perks. The requirement is just 15 hours of work per week to get a free full hookup site with an opportunity to enjoy cafeteria meals at $4 a piece and a chance to attend college classes if you want to. The work doesn't sound too taxing either for someone who knows how to fix things that might break. If you enjoy fixing things around the house, then working at a small college campus will surely keep you busy. It's different from working at a campground because the facility is much larger, the activities are different and more varied, and the college students had a bit of flavor as well. Like Tom Ramler said, it's work that anyone at any age can generally do any of the tasks. All that is really needed is a can-do attitude and a willingness to learn. I like the idea that Tom is willing to give applicants the names and contact information for people who have worked the job in the past so that potential work campers can really learn what it's like to live at campus. Plus, there's an opportunity to pick up some extra spending cash from time to time by working at various events around the campus. If you're interested in learning more about the job and submitting an application, then email Tom Ramler at tramler@ntcc.edu. Workamper News is a magazine and online publication that connects RVers to full and part-time jobs around the country. Whether it's running a business from your RV or working short-term jobs for a variety of employers, Workamper News can give you information to help you plan a course to live your own dream and get you on the road faster than you thought possible. For more information about opportunities to live, work, and play in your RV, visit www.workampernews.com. This episode is sponsored by the National RV Training Academy in Athens, Texas. The Academy's 1-week live training or home study course will teach you everything you need to know to fix about 80% of the problems people experience with their RVs. You can also sign up for additional training to become an RV inspector, campground technician, or to provide mobile RV service. For more information, visit www.nrvta.com. That's all we have for today's show. Next time we'll talk with another couple who has been experienced work camping around the country. We'll see you next time on The Workamper Show. Thanks for listening.